Fire away.
Zakai, do you like coming off the bench?
Truthfully, yeah, but I have no problem starting or coming off the bench. No matter what my role is for the team, I'm happy with it, and if it's working, I'm fine with that.
So when you come off the bench, what are you seeing that helps you when you enter a game?
I could just see how each player is playing, truthfully, just what they like, what they don't like, what they get into, like what's their hot spots, what they're trying to get to, and how we can change that.
Zakai, what is your biggest takeaway from Atlanta? What do you think you guys did well down there that allowed you to walk out with the trophy?
I just think that we were mentally and physically locked in. We knew that it was a nice scenery, it was a nice place to be around, but at the end of the day, it was a business trip, and we knew we wanted to leave with a championship. And for us to do that, we had to stay locked in all 3 days that we had to play, and I think that we did that.
You talked a lot about defense in that press conference after Kansas. How important is it that you guys maintain that, especially coming up later this week and stuff?
It is really big for us, and we know that we can't let up at any point. And just like I said in Atlantis, if we stop our man from scoring, we're going to be in every game. So I think we just got to keep doing that and keep our foot on the pedal.
You guys said that Colorado loss was probably good for this team early. Since then, what's been kind of the change in the locker room and on the court for you guys?
I would just say our mindset, and we know what each individual can do and what their strengths are, and everybody just sticking to that and knowing that Coach Barnes is going to be Coach Barnes, and he's going to be on us, and that's what he's supposed to do because he's our coach, and just us being ourselves and our mindset, really. That was the biggest takeaway from that game.
Is it fair to say that this team likes playing defense?
Oh, definitely. Because if we didn't, a lot of us would not be out there. So, but I do think it's this team definitely loves playing defense. I wouldn't say like, I would say loves, because just if we get a defensive stop, everybody on the sideline gets hyped. And not a lot of places you will see that, but I think that everybody here loves to play defense and to stop the man in front of us.
How do you see Jonas kind of come into his own down in the Bahamas?
Jonas was really impressive, and it wasn't nothing new to me because I see that every day. Jonas is Jonas, and he's always going to be Jonas. But he was really impressive, and everybody was saying all of this stuff about him. But I see that every day, so it wasn't a big shock to me. But he's really good, and I'm glad that he took that challenge and stepped up in that moment. And I'm really happy for him.
How are you individually able to kind of rebound from that Colorado game? Obviously, Coach Barnes didn't kind of hide his thoughts after the game. How did you take that and prepare going forward after that?
It was just constructive criticism. It was just Coach Barnes telling us what we need to do and what I need to do. It wasn't anything as far as him being mad at me or anything like that, but it was he told me what I needed to hear, and that's exactly how I took it as guys.
Do you ever hear from those former Tennessee guards, Jordan Bone, Marcus Turner, Bowden, and kind of them reaching out and giving you advice on kind of how to navigate those waters of being Coach Barnes' point guard?
Oh yeah, I definitely. I spoke to Lamonte after the Colorado game, and he told me the same thing. Like, "Oh, Coach is going to be on you, but you got to figure it out. You're messing up right now. You're not doing what you got to do, and something got to change." And that's exactly what I needed.
Did you feel like you were playing out of control?
Yeah, I wasn't. I definitely feel like I wasn't being myself, and I was just into my own head. But that conversation was definitely a game changer for me.
So, Kyle, what do you think it says about this team that you guys are playing as well as you did last week without Josiah? And how exciting is it to think, what you can be when he does get back?
It was just good knowing that even though Josiah did not play, but when he gets back and he's in full effect, I know that we can be that much better with him on the court. But we know that what we can do without him on the court too.
And could you see it coming with Julian, like what you saw against USC? I mean, could you see in practice that it's getting ready to happen for him?
Oh yes, definitely. Because Julian, he's not the type of guy that thinks just because he was a 5-star that he has his ego or that he just feels entitled. He's the exact opposite. That he knows that he has to come in day and day out and work, and that's exactly what he does. But I can see it with Julian coming, and it's gonna get scary for a lot of people.
He's not afraid to dive on the floor, is he?
Oh no, he's not. He'll put his body on the line for not just the team, but for the coaches too. Like he listens to everybody, and that's my biggest takeaway with him.
It kind of feels like Coach Barnes gives tough love. How do you feel you respond better with tough love or kind of caring love? Which one?
I would say tough love because my mom, she is the queen of tough love. I remember having bad games when I was younger, or not even bad games. I would have a great game, and she somehow, some way would find a takeaway of what I did bad in that game. And I used to hate it, but it helped me a lot. And Coach Barnes doing that, it did help me a lot also.
And going off of that, Coach Barnes said you embody a Tennessee ball because of your ability to do what's best for the team. What do you think a Tennessee ball embodies?
I would just say exactly what you said, doing whatever it takes for the team and just giving it your all day in and day out and just putting your heart out there on whether it's the court, the field, classroom, no matter what, just giving it your all no matter what you're doing.
Is your mom pretty knowledgeable about basketball?
A little bit. Throughout the years, she started getting into it more and more, but she would just get on me about, truthfully, just defense. She wouldn't so much like say anything about much offense. She used to be more of a football fan. Well, she is a big football fan. I was a football player, and she used to get on me. Like if somebody would nearly run by me and it's like say they'll run out of bounds or something, well, why didn't you hit him? She would just say slick stuff like that. But she throughout the years, she's grown on basketball, and she's starting to know the game more and more.
Was she an athlete herself?
Not too much. Not too much. She tried. She told me she tried, but she just didn't have that much skill. But she did try.
One more. What have been the challenges of being the lead ball handler whenever you're on the court this year and kind of being the focal point of other teams scouting courts?
I wouldn't say it's just so much challenges. I would just say knowing that day in and day out, you're going to be gunning for. Somebody's going to be gunning for you and trying to take you out of the game because I know what we try to do with some other teams. So just knowing and having the right mental mindset that, hey, somebody might try to come at me in the wrong way. I can't lose my composure, and I got to always know that I can control everything that goes on the court.
Thank you, Zakai.
Thank you.